Sorry, we are so sorry. Please accept our apologies. We are sorry. You want to know why? Because you had to wait a whole week, true believers, for another episode of Wait, Did I Roll a Wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol Pavlog, brought to you by the Professional Casual Network. I, of course, am your host, Chuck. It's me. I am joined once again by the CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Supreme Ruler, and Reptilian Overlord of the Professional Casual Network. It's Tim.
That's me.
It's you. And we are joined once again by the guy who has information and a computer. Hey, Dan! I don't like it when I blur gimmicks from other shows.
Yeah.
Like Elite Eight Showdown on all podcasting adventures.
Speaking of, get ready, true believers, because tonight, unlike normal, we recorded Elite Eight Showdown before this show.
We did.
Get ready for a weird energy.
It's going to be real weird. It's going to be a really weird energy tonight. I find it's weird. It was weird having energy for Elite Eight Showdown. Not having it drained out of my body doing this show. You know what I mean? We have a lot to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, what we have to talk about is heading over to beardeddragongames.online.
Mm-hmm. Use
promo code PCME10. Get yourself 10% off your order. All the pre-orders are up for whatever's coming out so far.
Yeah.
So all the Spider Foes, Amazing Spider-Man, and Black Cat is up there.
Which come out this Friday, right?
No, they don't come out.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, they got bumped back.
Bumped
to like mid to end July.
July 16th.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Dumb. Dallas Kemp wouldn't have done that to us.
That's actually very accurate. Shout out to Dallas Kemp, patron saint. War Machine and Falcon are up there, and Jean Grey and Voldemort are up there as well.
Yep.
Omega Red, is he there?
Delta Red is actually up currently.
Delta
Omega Red will be up later this week.
Yeah,
because I couldn't call him Delta Green. That's taken.
Correct. Yeah.
Accurate.
If you play Omega Red and Delta Green, though, great game for Christmas.
It's true.
You might not actually not die if you played Omega Red in that game.
Yep. There will be death, but it'll be death spores. Just don't be the spore loser.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, it's a cash register sound. That's not a rim shot. Nuts.
Nuts. All right. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. We are going to be talking about our game that we played over at twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network.
Yes.
We did the Ultimate Encounters, Mutant Masterworks, Magneto Mutant Masterworks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remembered.
You did.
Kind of proud of myself.
I honestly didn't. And I stared at that card the entire game.
You did.
Yeah.
We have a lot to discuss about that. I have a lot of feelings, both good and bad about it.
Yeah.
But we also are going to talk about Jean Grey and Haggard.
Yes. Hagrid,
I guess we're just talking about Jean Grey. They didn't actually give us Patrick Stewart, did they?
No.
Nope. They just gave us Jean Grey card. They gave us a Jean Grey card, which we could talk about. And of course the panel to play on Omega Red. Let's talk about the panel to play first, and then we'll save the Ultimate Encounters for the end of the show.
For when it gets cut out of the video at the end. And
that's a great idea. Yep. That's a great idea.
Hopefully that's been completely resolved because you figured it out.
Don't ever talk to me that way again.
That was a little patronizing, boss.
I was trying to be uplifting.
I felt patronized.
Yeah, that was weird.
Patreon.com/professional casual.
There you go.
Right, that's what we're going with there?
Yeah. For as little as $1, get access to our hot Discord. We got a lot of MCP talk going on in there.
We do.
It's crazy.
Lots of
only real fans of this show would give us $1 a month.
Correct.
Accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the Omega Red panel to play. Shout out to our boy Scotty.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy West. Shout out to our boy Colin, MC1 Gamer.
Devin. Luke.
Devin and Luke.
Zach.
Mitch. Oh, yeah, MC1. I mean,
I thought Colin was MC1 Gamer.
Nope.
Oh, then I
Name's
don't know
Mitch.
who the Colin guy is.
Well, shout out to Colin.
Yeah, shout out to Colin.
Guy
I
named Colin.
thought it was the same
Yeah.
dude.
Hey.
All right, shout out to you.
Yeah. MC and Mitch is like, he's got like multiple comments on every video. It's
Yeah.
great. Thanks for helping our algorithm.
Yeah, for real, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I was told don't go look at the comments. They're just going to upset you.
On every other show? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This one's pretty good.
Oh, all right. That's weird.
Generally positive, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Oh, I should probably go read those comments
Yeah.
then.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I was told, hey, fam, don't read the comments. You're just going to drive yourself crazy. And I just had never read a comment.
I have told that to people
Yeah.
on this network. Yes.
Yes. Yep. That being said, let's talk about the panel to play for Omega Red.
Yes.
What's going on? So the model looks dope as
dope
hell.
as shit.
Oh,
Yeah, Psylocke
super-
looks dope.
Yeah,
So
super
good.
hyped about this new Psylocke model. It's a joke that is never not going to be funny to us.
Same.
What's he got going on? You're the
So
information
a lot,
guy.
Actually, as far as a panel to play goes, we were given like actual information.
like stats, like numbers and stuff.
instead of just like, this is their builder, this is their not builder, which is what we got for Jean Grey. But luckily we got the card pretty quickly. But yeah, so we were right actually about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So his builder is how do you say that, Dan? Is it carbonara? It's like bacon pasta, right?
It's got a spit take on it, Charlie. Carbonadium.
Carbonadium coils.
Carbonation.
Carbonation. It's a soda stream.
Yep.
So what it does is it's a range 3, strength 5 attack that
Sticky.
allows him to drain life from the target, which we had all assumed was going to be there. I thought it was going to be a sap,
Mhm.
but it's actually a heal.
Yeah.
So if he does damage, he removes 1 damage from himself, which is red. I like that there's a
sweet.
cap on it like that.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Did damage happen? Yes. You heal 1.
I figured it was going to be he would heal 1 per damage dealt, but I can totally see that being way too strong. So having it just be, if he does damage, he heals 1.
Yeah, power
I'm
like
okay
that,
with that.
they'd probably put on a 3.
Right. Yeah. I'm still shocked it's not on Lizard. His other attack is Red Terror. 4 power, strength 7, and can be either physical or energy, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that a lot. It gets even scarier because it has the absorb essence rule. If a wild is rolled, he can change one of the defender's successful defense dice into a failure and gains 1 power for each dice he flips in this way.
So
I'm assuming it's per wild. roll.
that's
Yeah,
how I read it
that's-
too, because otherwise, why would they specify gains 1 for each die he flips?
Right.
So this is very similar to,
Craven.
well, Craven and
Which is a little
who's
confusing.
someone who's already out. Is it Sabretooth gets to count multiple wilds in an ability he has? Or
Oh,
maybe
Dr. Octopus.
okay. I thought there was somebody else.
I thought you were just saying that when we had the Craven panel to play, it was pretty unclear how that one ability was going to work, and we
Yeah.
kind of guessed right. Well, you guys did. I wasn't on that episode, but I think here it's just a little, maybe even a typo.
Yeah.
Well, it says he can change one of the defender's successful defense dice into a failure and gains 1 power for each die he flips in this way. So, like, which is it? Is it 1 or?
Sabretooth. Weird.
Yeah. So from the writing of that, I'm assuming it's going to be per,
Yeah, I think it's for each wild you can change 1, which is kind of a cool upgraded Pierce.
or maybe it is 1.
Well,
and
since
he
it's a
doesn't-
suspender, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's super fair, actually.
And I like that as the addition to his spender, like strength 7, 4 power. You're probably not going to do that unless you're hoping to finish somebody off. Typically is what I see spenders for. And half the time it's like Lizard, he can do bleed and slow on his spender, but it's like, I don't really care about those when I'm rolling a bunch of dice. I want to do damage with those 7 or whatever dice. Where here, I like how it benefits. It's a buff for Omega Red instead of a debuff for the target. I like that a lot, because if I finish somebody off with 7 dice,
Yeah.
and then he gets 2 or 3 power from it, sweet.
Yeah. To being able to most likely potentially do that one after another. Granted, that's a very lucky roll, but
Yeah.
but still, I also assume that is going to be range 3. Though the strength and power cost of that particular attack makes me think we're looking at a 3 or a 4 threat here versus something higher.
I think he's going to be 4.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a power creep. They're gonna put him at a 3 since he's part of Brotherhood anyway.
Mm,
They don't have because they have a 6 threat leader.
yeah.
They have Sabretooth at a 3. Sabretooth at a 4, sorry. Mystique at a 3.
And Toad at a 2.
And Toad at a 2. It makes sense for him to be a 3. Juggernaut comes out, he's a 5.
Yeah.
And then just fill the gaps in there.
For squad building, I think that makes sense. Depending on his stamina and defenses, he's sounding a bit like a 4 to me with the death spores.
Granted, I would have said that maybe
Right.
he is going to be a 4 because that would mean 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Because we all thought Sinister was going to be put in Brotherhood and he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's a 4.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Super weird, but
And it's so very legitimately because of the other stuff in his kit that we're about to go over. If his health and defenses are standard, I see him absolutely being a 3, especially with a little bit of the power creep that is happening. If his defenses are good, if he's like a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 with 6-6 health or 5-6 health, I could see him being a 4.
Yeah.
But it's all going to come down to, honestly, the most boring part of the card, which are the defenses and the health.
I think that plays a lot into threat value.
Oh, a ton for sure.
Especially stamina, because there's some characters that are very similar, but one has one more point of stamina on either side of their card, and they're a 4 threat.
Mm-hmm. I could see him getting a throw. It's not on here, but I'd be shocked if he doesn't have one.
He's got a pull. Oh, no, we didn't get to that yet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. I forgot about the pull though too.
I don't think he'll have a throw. I think he'll have a push.
I could see that too.
I just think it would make a lot more sense. Like he's knocking you back versus throwing you, picking him and throwing you, but who knows?
So those carbonara coils aren't just for whipping people and draining their life away. They're also useful for snaring targets and pulling them in close.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very comparable to Venom with that.
He sounds like he's going to probably be a medium move Venom.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. Honestly, some healing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Pulls are great too.
One of the huge things that he does is he has an ability where at the end of his turn, anyone within range 2 of him just gets poisoned.
Right.
But
death spores
for 2 power, once per turn, he can also just flat inflict 2 damage to all poisoned characters within range 2.
Death factor.
In the order of your choosing to. That is so rad. Range 2 isn't a huge area.
No.
But honestly, A2 effectively is not.
But he also does it to people that end their move within 2 of him.
Really?
Both if he ends within 2 of them and if they end within 2 of him. He just
wow.
has this cloud around him. So like if people need to get in close to do a close range physical attack, they're going to get poisoned.
And he's on a medium-sized base.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big area.
He's on a bigger base, the Angela base.
Yeah, he's just there cutting muffins,
Yeah.
So it means farting.
Oh, it's like I've never heard that term before.
I knew it.
Maybe it's because I'm cutting muffins. But that said, he's been cutting those muffins all day long.
Yeah.
To anyone that moves near him. I forgot about that part because I can't read. But that's even better.
Yeah.
He's definitely a 4.
Yeah.
I think that Death Spores is going to put him over that edge.
I really hope he's not a 5.
Me too.
Like, I really want some good, strong 4 threat characters.
Yeah. What a strong counter, though, for bringing any melee combatant near him at all. Like, they are going to get poisoned before the end of their turn.
Yep.
And then if they do any damage to him at all, so he has any power, that he's going to be doing a flat automatic 2 damage back. Fuck you. It's done. It's happening. It's on you.
Flat damage is so brutal.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I don't even have to make sure there's a building next to him.
Right.
It's just going to happen.
Oh, Brotherhood does have a 3 because they got Quicksilver and Wanda are there. So they have a 5.
Also, they have 2 3s then.
They have 2 3s. I can see him being a 4 then.
Yeah.
And that's assuming he's Brotherhood because we all assumed Sinister was going to be and he wasn't. Omega Red is very typically a loner villain. Like right now he works for Dracula.
First off, Dan.
Maybe he'll be part of the Midnight Suns.
Roxxon Corporation.
Yeah.
I'd expect you to know this, you being the regurgitating encyclopedia that you are.
Fair.
He's in the opening scene in the 92 cartoon series where he's running with the Brotherhood to hit the, Red Rover, come on over, Wall of Death in the opening scene. So
so was Warpath, and he was like X Factor or X Force, and like he was never a bad guy.
Well,
Omega Red could be an X-Force, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, he's probably Wolverine's brother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's in the movie. You're right.
Yeah, yep.
It'd be really interesting if he was on Brotherhood and X-Force.
Yeah,
Or
like
maybe he'll
Sabretooth.
join Punisher as the only person that doesn't fit anywhere.
in the
Now he'll be in Cabal.
in the movie Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
Omega
So
Red
good.
was in fact part of the group with Sabretooth, Deadpool, whoever else was there.
That was like Deadpool.
Wolverine.
He was so good in that. Bang, bang, bang.
I
I,
mean,
think that's where they
there's-
got Bang, Bang, Bang from
Yeah,
that movie.
Yep.
He just runs back and forth going bang, 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 bang.
just that opening thing where you finally see Deadpool. He shoots Wolverine with a super Wolverine tranquilizer, and he's like, "Hey, Logan, I shot you." As he like faints, it's really good.
That's
That's
what,
so good.
what month?
Hulk
Hulk
versus
versus-
Wolverine,
Oh, so I think
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
and that's on Disney Plus.
Probably.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought I had
So,
already
yeah.
Hulk
watched it.
versus Thor is not as good.
It's okay, but
Yeah.
it's just, it doesn't have all those extra great characters.
got Korgs.
I forgot what they're called.
All right.
But yeah,
I'll
it
check
was
out
on Netflix
Hulk
for a
versus
long time,
Wolverine.
but I think you're right. I think it's
Yeah.
on Disney Plus now. So good.
So I mean, I love Omega Red. He was my favorite in X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yep.
like
Omega
yeah.
Red.
That's the only time that I actually knew who he actually was and what he could do,
Mhm.
other than the intro scene, because I never made it to his episodes in the X-Men. So
Same.
when as a kid anyway.
I always wanted to use that move that he did in X-Men versus Street Fighter
Uh-huh.
by putting his coils into the ground and grabbing someone and then like shocking them.
Right.
I tried to put my wiener in like the ground and have it come up in other places, and like it worked,
Yeah.
but
Did you
Never-
shock anybody with it?
yeah, oh yeah. Anyone that saw it pop out that other side was like, what? But
I
yeah.
just, he gets
You were
a
just
lot of
screaming to eat
slack.
dirt at people? Like
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the part that confused them.
right, fair.
I feel like Omega Red has gotten a lot of crap over the years about just being this weird character, and like
Yeah.
his design is so odd. But I think I just love
Very
how
top
it looks. It works so well. I don't know.
Not
I've always
heavy.
really liked Omega Red. There's one behind
Yeah.
you on the shelf, an old die-cast one from the 90s.
Mm. There he is.
He died. I think one of his tentacles has fallen out because the thing's like 25 years old.
There you go. There it
Look at
is.
that bad boy. We
Put
Yeah.
already got him. We got the model
him
ahead
on a
of time.
base.
There you go.
Thanks, Across the Bifrost. They send us all of our models early.
Oh, do they? That's sweet of
That's
them.
canon now.
Accurate.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for him. He seems rad. He's got actually new, interesting stuff going on. He's not basic in literally any definition that we've described on the show.
Right.
No.
So-
yeah, it was
Accurate.
just Death Spores alone makes him not
Mhm.
basic.
Oh, that's so rad. Like,
I love it.
yeah.
I can't think of anything comparable either that we've seen so far. Like that seems completely new. This like area miasma.
Yeah.
Just cool.
The sun is actually a miasma of incandescent plasma.
God.
So write that down in your dream journals.
I don't want to.
I'm not gonna do that. I had to keep a dream journal one time in my sculpture class
Ooh.
it was like you wake up and you like make a sketch or write whatever you could do, and we had to make a sculpture from it at the end of the year.
I actually had to make a sculpture in my dream class. So
All right, let's fight.
Well,
Jean
what
Grey card got dropped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dan wanted to have a fight with me about this.
I did.
That's what you said. You said you wanted a lively debate, and every time I hear lively debate, I assume that means I'm going to scream at people uncontrollably for about 20 minutes.
All right. Now hypothetically,
Oh,
let's
God,
assume
no.
that Jean Grey.
I think we have different, just like basic. I think we have different definitions of the word debate.
Yeah, no, if the debate doesn't end with, well, fuck you too, then I don't think we're doing it right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make a long story short,
Oh, head over to patreon.com/professional casual. Give us $1 and you
Yeah.
can get access to the Discord where Dan and I argue about things.
Yeah. You'll see feelings get hurt a lot
Yep.
on particular boards of that Discord.
Yep.
And then actually really good discussions about other things and other.
Accurate.
And
I don't know
other
if there are
boards.
any feelings hurt there. We have a small disagreement here. I don't think Jean Grey is a broken. I don't think she is showing power creep, and Charlie doesn't agree.
I think it's really important for us to establish when you guys see these cards drop, how do you look at the characters? Do you just look at the information that's in front of you? Or do you process how she will be implemented into rosters, squads, and things of that nature.
As an individual only, honestly, super guilty of that.
Okay.
I mean, initially, I think was something new, especially something like Jean Grey, who we were discussing. Is she going to be like 90s cartoon Jean Grey and just be terrible, like, and just do nothing like Nebula?
Which is,
or is
the
she gonna
impression
be-
that I got from the model,
Right.
and how they've kind of established already that, well, we will be releasing characters multiple times. Like
Right.
we have Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. This is the grown-up version. So I took this as we're going to get a young version of Jean Grey here.
Like we got like Storm being a 3 threat. Clearly, she's early in her career.
Right.
She's not, you know, the goddess
Yeah.
that she should have. Like she easily could have been a 5 or 6 threat with
Actually-
her powers. So Jean being 5 is like, okay, so I might, when I look at these, I look at it at face value first. Then I think, how does this compare to others in that threat range or at that threat value? And for me, Jean is like, she's a 5, so she's good. She's got a lot of good stuff going on, but I don't see her as showing power creep because I don't see her like far and away better than other 5s. I think she's kind of like right in the middle.
I think she is an overly efficient 5 creeping into 6 because of what she's going to provide to X-Men specifically, and really any other group, but specifically X-Men alone. And I don't think X-Men needed a 5. They have Cable.
Who the fuck is that?
Right.
They
Cable.
need a 2, but
They need a 3 other than Storm.
Beast.
Oh, I always fucking forget about Beast.
Did Deadpool get added
Deadpool.
to X-Men?
No.
No, he's just X-Force.
He's
and
X-Force.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another Wolverine's a 4 as well.
First
so-
off, let's just clarify this right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Deadpool absolutely deserved to be in the Avengers because when Tony Stark was defunded and he had been bankrolling the Avengers forever, Deadpool came in and completely saved the Avengers financially by starting the Mercs for Money and selling Deadpool merchandise out of the base of the Avengers building.
See, I might
That
have
was
some
canon
knowledge,
for like
but
3 years, that the only reason the Avengers were still around was because Deadpool was merchandising himself to make the Avengers
That's
enough money to
hilarious.
survive.
I say I have some knowledge about some stuff here, but Tim definitely beats me in Deadpool knowledge
Fair.
in general.
I don't like that just because Deadpool's so fedora-y now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to distance myself a little bit, but I do still really like him.
That's fair.
I like Deadpool.
We get it.
But
We get it.
Let's go over her card.
Yeah.
All right. So she's 6 health, medium move. Oh, I'll do it today, I guess. I don't know.
I started to, and you cut me off.
Yeah, I
I was
don't
like,
know.
uh-oh.
I was like,
I
here you
have-
go, info guy.
Listen, I want to get home and have sex with my wife. So
Look, watch how fast I'm going to do this,
All right.
birthday boy.
all right.
6 health, medium movement,
Not my birthday.
2 height,
Another month.
5 threat,
Right.
3, 4, 5, which is super unique as
Hate
far
it.
as
Very
defenses
different.
go. Her builder, Psionic Blast, range 4, strength 5, obviously 0 to use, gains power equal to the damage dealt. On a wild, has sap. Super
good.
basic, honestly. It's very good because it's ranged and it's mystic. The sap doesn't put this one overflowing for me. And as a 5, she should have a 6 strength.
I'm a
Builder.
little surprised it's not 6 strength, but that'd be the exact same as Modoc's.
Right, or Scarlet Witches, both 5s with mystic builders that would make it super, across the board.
Yeah.
So that's why
It's
but
actually more comparable to 4 threat visions, but his is a beam.
yeah, so it's
4.
better.
Yeah.
But it is energy. So that
True. Which
I mean,
is
so-
slightly weaker than Mystic in a way.
yeah, so I do get that, but still, I mean, Visions is very solid.
Why are so many of the 5 threats Mystic based? It drives me a little crazy.
Yes, Thor. Absolutely.
I
But, like-
regularly forget that Thor is a 5.
I do
threat.
too. But like Ebony Maw.
Well, and like that's kind of my point of
Scarlet
power
Witch,
creep.
MODOK.
Is Enchantress 4 or 5?
4.
4.
That's kind of my point of power creep in the sense of I don't see it from release to release, but you look at Thor and you say, oh, I kind of forget he's a 5 threat because he kind of starts to feel like a 4 when you start looking at these new 5s that are coming out. You know what I mean?
Certainly
Like, he's
wouldn't
just
ever
the
put him at a 4 just because the
beater.
charge with an automatic stagger is so stupid good.
With that 6.
Yeah, but it costs 3.
So
He can't do it unless he's already got enough energy on him because he only gets 2 at the beginning.
no
of the turn.
one can do a charge for free on turn 1.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Isn't hers too?
Right. She's like 6 points though, right?
Yes.
She just dies.
I mean, on our channel, she's a 2.
Yeah,
She's, she's nothing for me. Yeah.
But her spender is telekinetic forces. It's a physical attack, range 3, strength 9, 6 power to get off. But before damage is dealt, if the target character is size 4 or less, this character may throw the target away small. Awesome. Automatic, not a wild to use. That is by far one of the biggest and most awesome parts of that particular ability. Also explosive. Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within range 2 of the target character suffer 1 damage. Because you can throw before that explosion goes off, you can choose effectively whether you want to blow up before or after.
Real quick, I don't know if your argument is all. I don't know where I stand on your argument of vision being better.
Just the builder.
Yeah, just
well, in comparing builders, I'm talking about it is beam 4, which is really good. It's strength 5, so it's the same strength. Mm-hmm. He's only getting 1 energy instead of getting
per target. So if you hit,
okay.
If you hit all of Dan's team because they're clumped together for some reason, you get. I mean,
I guess, but more often than not, maybe you're only getting 1 to 2.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Much though, because his throw only costs 2.
Yeah, it's true. It's
true. It's dumb. I hate that.
But the things that make her a 5 are her health and defense for me, for sure. And the abilities that we're about to get into, because they are certainly better than I initially thought. Thankfully, Chuck explained them a little bit better.
Well, because like her attacks are both good, but they're not anything crazy, I don't think. Like telekinetic force sounds awesome, but also costs 6 power, which yes, she could potentially generate.
And it's physical.
On turn 2. I totally missed until just now that it's physical, which we all know is the most common, is the like best defense in the game. So her attacks are nothing. They don't blow me away. They're good.
It makes
being able to throw size 4 characters.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's range 3. It's 9 strength, and it costs 2 energy less than Iron Fist's like go-to greatest move ever award.
She's almost twice the price of Iron Fist, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's a more efficient version of Iron Fist that, like, if you're gonna bring Jean Grey for all the other things, you really don't need to bring Iron Fist now at a 3. You know what I mean?
Unless you want 2 strength 9 attacks.
So as far as
because the last time you used it worked out so well for you. So
as far as superpowers go, this is the quickest read of this card ever. She has 2 innates, flight and latent psychic potential. Obviously, flight is flight, but she also gets an additional power during the power phase. Battlefield manipulation costs 3. This is a active. Choose an interactive terrain feature, size 4 or less. Throw it.
Medium.
So within range 3, size 4 or less, throws at medium once per turn. Comparing this to other throws, it is a little bit different. It does have one small benefit, but for the most part is not as good as Scarlet Witch's or Cable's or Magneto's. It is only interactive terrain, but theirs are normally X to use. So this will cost the same amount for a size 1, 2, or 3 threat as it will for anyone else.
Yeah, it's throw at medium too, which
is medium, which
brutal.
Is very good. Yeah,
because I think isn't Cable's only a short.
I don't know what Cable's is offhand.
I think his is medium. I believe this is exactly the same as Scarlet Witch's telekinesis.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hers isn't a. I keep putting the Magneto template onto other people, assuming that it is a pay X.
Maybe. Yeah, Scarlet Witch is choose an interactive terrain feature, size 4 or less within 3, throw a medium, 3 power.
Okay. Actually, that makes later discussions even better. And then we have matter transmutation, which I don't know if Jean Grey was ever accused of transmuting things before, but choose another allied character or choose another just character, enemy or friend or foe.
I like that.
But they have to have an activated token.
Weird.
And be within range 2, but you can push them small. A character can only be moved this way once per turn. It does cost 3, but this is actually super huge for objective holding.
It would be
to get onto something and push someone off, especially after they've already spent their activation over there. Is red
because then they can't spend the on their activation to get back on an objective if it's your enemy. More importantly, you're putting a character that potentially got pushed off if it's yours. I think the activated token and the fact that it's only range 2 balances it a little bit, because otherwise that would be stupid broken.
Yeah. Now she does have to be very close, and it does cost 3. I think we see other things like this movement shenanigans things normally being around a 2, but the fact that it's a push and not a push away or a pull, that you can go any way you want with it, push like you said, an allied friend back onto a point, push an enemy off, push someone else into range or into safety is good.
I think this is why you take Jean.
Yeah.
Over somebody like Cable. Like this power, I think it separates her from other 5s with a Mystic Builder.
Fair. Because you like Cyclops has it too, effectively, but it can't move enemies.
Right.
And they can be further away, and it moves them longer. But or no, it moves them the same. I think those are short too. But at what point is anyone being like, oh well, I would have brought Cyclops, but so
but
in X-Men.
But everything else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But even then, he's not chosen often.
I'm definitely going to shoot myself on the foot at some point and have Cyclops lead the X-Men with Jean just to try her out.
Yeah.
You know, the family. I'll have Cable there too.
Be able to get telekinetic force off more often. Honestly, being able to throw fucking Hulk or She-Hulk around or Black Dwarf into a Doc Ock, you might as well. Her last ability is Shield Mind. This is a reactive, 2 power. When this character or an allied character within range 4 of it would be advanced, placed, or pushed by the effects of an enemy mystic attack or enemy superpower, you may use this superpower. The allied character is not advanced, placed, or pushed.
This is huge.
I like this one.
This is why I start to say that it's creeping into 6 territory. Preventing a character. This is Hulk's favorite new friend.
Yeah.
This is the Shuri killer. You know what I mean? Like, this is Hulk's new friend. And the fact that it only costs 2 energy. I understand that it's only energy based, and there's a lot of throws that are physical or pushes and throws that are physical or mystic.
No, so it's only attacks are mystic based. It'd be all enemy superpowers.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
It does.
Wow.
So when you take one of the best current 5 threats in the game, Loki with the Mind Gem, this gets around that. This gets around Thanos portaling you around or moving you around with the Mind Gem. This gets around a lot of Mind Gems, actually.
Good.
Yeah. Gets around Enchantress. Drawing you. Yeah. The fact that this is only 2 energy, I think that starts to creep into 6 territory.
Especially with Omega Red coming out, who's going to be pulling your allies around. It gets around Venom, pulling people around.
Yeah,
that's right, because they're superpowers.
Yep.
Which I mean, and because she has
so this would not work against Shuri. Because it's part of an energy attack, not a mystic.
Oh, is it mystic? Is that a mystic symbol? I'm sorry. Yep. I thought it was an energy symbol.
The old eyeballs.
Okay. All right. So Shuri's still S tier. Got it.
Viable.
Yep. Still S tier. Got it.
Not viable.
But with latent psychic potential, she's guaranteed to do this every turn to buffer it. Here's my thing. Yeah. I would have preferred because I don't understand where she is supposed to fit. Is she supposed to be young Jean? She feels like we're creeping into almost Phoenix level, but not quite. And I really wanted to have like a 4 threat or a 3 threat Jean with then a 6 threat Phoenix and come out with an ultimate encounters with it at the same time.
Right.
I don't want a 5 threat, 6 threat unless we get our first 7. You know what I mean? Which I don't see happening. I don't think it
could be. To me, she represents maybe 90s.
If you run both of Galactus's feet at the same time, that would count as a 7.
Haven't run that one in a while.
But
sure.
To me, she represents 90s Jean, but comics, not the cartoon. Because in the comics, she was perfectly proficient with her powers. She was really good. She wasn't quite up there where she got later on because she had like died in the 80s and come back. But yeah, she's definitely not cartoon Jean because she was practically useless.
Now, this might be my fault, but I don't put canon, I guess, as for how, like, I don't take this is early or late of this character kind of into account at all. I did not expect us to see a 5 threat for Jean Grey.
No. Me neither.
But once again, I don't know. I'm really on the cusp on her. She's got a lot of really cool stuff, but almost specifically in situations in which she's a counter pick, I guess is what I'm trying to say. She is a very good tool against specific threats. If they have a size 4 on the other team, especially fucking Hulk, if you can throw a strength 9 physical attack against someone with, or MODOK too, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
With only 2 physical defense and be able to throw them into somebody else, that is an awesome efficiency of power expenditure.
Yeah.
Being able to prevent the movement is one of those things where it is either going to absolutely trounce their plan or never be used.
Right, because people just won't use the power if they know they're within 4 of Jean. Like,
Right.
oh, Jean's got 2 power on her, so I'm just not going to do this and use power for something else, maybe, which still shuts it down.
Yeah.
That shield mind is really, really good.
But it doesn't work against throws.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're running something where you are heavily relying on pushes or advancing other people, it's kind of a niche market. You know what I mean? Throws, absolutely, but it doesn't stop throws. So this is stopping specific things.
So weirdly, you said it would stop Omega Red or Venoms, and I don't think it will. Because it specifically says advanced, placed, or pushed. A pull is different than a push.
Pulls are pushes, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. So like Venoms, I believe. So like, actually, because I might not be right on this.
I feel like they're actually 2 different things.
Okay.
But I might be mistaken there. It might just be a pull. A pull might just be a push in a certain direction.
I believe that is the case, but
because I'll double check like Venom's card. Maybe
Venom's card says,
I think it's push.
Is it a push towards him? Is that what it is?
It is.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Push an enemy towards. Yep.
Okay, so never mind. I guess push is just a vernacular, but not that we use in like, because that's how it works out on the table, but it's not an actual game term like I was thinking. So never mind.
But so I see it being, you know what I mean? Pulls or pushes aren't super common, and especially aren't super common with a lot of the characters that are taken on a super regular basis. We might see a bunch more.
Yeah.
But as of right now, and maybe it's just because I only care about throws and I don't care about pushes at all, so I don't even notice them. But
I could definitely see Cassandra Nova having that, or some kind of mind control thing like Enchantress has to either push or advance or place a character, so Jean she's like a counter to the model she comes with.
Yeah.
She also has 1 more stamina, 1 more health on the other side too.
Yes. Yep.
Oh yeah,
which I think like
7. So
like again, I think she's creeping into. I'm just saying there's a bit of a power creep here, especially when you can start comparing her to the older 5s that had come out, like Thor, like I forget who the other example was that I had, but like I would have preferred to see if you wanted to keep her like in that. She's an overly efficient 5, creeping into 6. The fact that she has really good defenses.
She does. So like I said, the thing that absolutely puts her in this threshold for me is the health and the defense.
I think a 3-3-5 would have made a lot more sense. Because I don't understand why she has a higher energy defense, unless, I mean, I guess like maybe she could block it. I don't know. The fact that she has 1 more health, she should have stayed 6-6, I think. Would have made a lot more sense. And that just that shield for 2, it should be 3.
Because it's so specific, I'm fine with it being a 2, but all of her other stuff is 3 also, and she has access to kind of some extra power and should in general have more power on her because of the sap and the additional power during the power phase.
She's going to be potentially, for everybody else except for anybody that's on this channel, producing a ton of energy for herself.
Yeah.
Because she gets 2 right off the bat. She has sap, and her sap also or her builder also is based off damage dealt, not just a flat out 1. So she, could potentially generate 2, a minimum of 2, possibly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like there's more efficiency. It's creeping into 6 when you compare it to other things. And X-Men have become the movement affiliation. They have movement shenanigans out the ass now because Storm can move you, Cyclops can move you, and now she can move you.
Yeah, that's super fair.
It just feels like 6 territory. But I guess they did this so they can release a Phoenix model later on.
I hope.
You know what I mean?
I still take Scarlet Witch over her, but Scarlet Witch is all damage.
Yeah.
Everything that she has
Right.
is damage.
Well,
We're getting
and it
more
also depends on
successes.
your affiliation.
Yeah,
You're not going to take, you wouldn't take her in
I
X-Men.
would personally, but yeah,
In X-Men?
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, you specifically because you have such a hard on for Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
But if you're running X-Men and you need that affiliation, because also she gets X-Men First Class bonus. And she gets what's the other card that they have that's specifically them?
To me, my X-Men.
Yeah, she gets To Me My X-Men
Yeah.
too. So there's even more movement.
First Class is
shenanigans.
really good. I think First Class is probably one of the better affiliation cards.
Is that the one you play in the power phase? You don't have to spend power to interact with
Yep.
objectives.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good. This is
And she's got a medium movement.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of
Nice.
argue maybe short for how good she is. Why not?
Really?
I don't know. I'm just trying to balance her somehow.
I don't think I think she's perfectly fine as a 5. I don't even think she's a top tier 5. I think she's really good at what she does, which is manipulating the battlefield for her teammates. A little bit for the enemy as well with matter transmutation, but especially like I tend to play way too aggressive. So I my first thought is how much damage can this character do? And Jean I don't think she compares to like Thor or MODOK or potentially even Ghost Rider if he actually rolls well. Telekinetic force is great, but the fact that it's physical downgrades it just a little bit.
Mhm.
And she has
it's expensive for a 5, honestly. 6.
a 6
Yeah.
power, yeah. And I think her health is slightly below or average for a 5 threat. Because I believe MODOK and Thor are both, and Ghost Rider are all 14. MODOK's 10-4. Thor
Scarlet
is
Witch
6-8.
12.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is a little bit lower. But then Jean is I think, really well balanced out by that 3 physical defense, where the most common attack type in the game is her worst defense.
Yeah, but also cool. Hit her with a bunch of physical. That just puts more power on her. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go ahead. I want you to beat this woman in the face so I can get more energy out of
Kind of like Black Bolt. Yeah, please flip me so I can whisper.
Right. Like, give me, have one attack, have one round of attacks on me. She's got 6 health. So the likelihood that you're going to KO her, with one activation is pretty low. And then she's going to have 6 power on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's going to be able to do her throw. She'll at least be able to do her throw and then have energy to be able to move somebody. And then she can, side bolt you twice with that range 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as a 5 threat, she should be scary. You don't want power on her for sure. I don't see her as a power creep because I think she's really good at what she does, but it's different than what other 5 threats out there do currently.
What she does isn't nice.
Sometimes if she goes with Cyclops, you
I
got to
agree
look
with
at that
Yeah,
picture
there's
all sad.
One thing she's really good at, it's gaslighting dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with both of you. I think she is really good at the specific thing she does. I think she deserves a spot in the roster. I don't think she's going to be in every game from that roster though, because I think you need she's a counter pick for me.
Maybe. I guess I could say it. I think the first 3 months she's going to be taking a ton. And then and we haven't seen the Cassandra Nova
Right.
I'm scared of that
person yet.
Yeah, what a fucking wild card.
I have no idea what's going to be on that card.
Old bald Ryu there. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I find it really weird that we got Omega Red's panel to play before Cassandra Nova.
We're simply not going to be able to handle Cassandra Nova's card.
No.
It's going to be.
I've seen a bunch of people on Facebook that are saying, like, is she going to be our first 7 threat? And it's like,
she's going to be a 4.
Get ready for that. You know what I mean? Just like the when are the X-Men coming? That'll be the.
That's I
When's the next
somebody's
They're
comment.
definitely going to be a 7. There's no way this character won't be a 7. Galactus's toenail is going to be a 7.
Oh, wait, down to just his toenails now?
Silver Surfer,
Damn.
the GOAT, going to be a 7.
I'm actually super curious how they will do some of those characters.
Yeah.
I hope I hope it never caps over a 6.
Yeah, same.
Building lists are already too difficult with 6ers.
Yeah.
Unless you're She-Hulk. So, all right, let's talk about our game played. At the time that this drops, it was a week ago. Yes.
Yeah.
It was over a week ago, but it's up at twitch.tv/professional casual network, and it will be up on the YouTube here. The Ultimate Encounters, Magneto, Mutant, Masterworks. Let's go around the table. Let's talk about what we thought going into it, how we felt about the game, how we felt after. Let's do expectations first. What did you feel, Tim, about the game going into it? What were you expecting? Things of that nature.
I expected a lot of heavy, convoluted rules and a lot of things to remember that we were going to easily forget. We did forget a handful of things, but nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I think a lot of it wasn't that we forgot. It was like, oh, we just missed this line in the rule book that changes things a lot, like the debris piles.
Yeah, so the debris piles were one. Also, I gave myself power during my initial turn, which I should not have gotten. It should have been only based on the storm level.
All right.
But I also didn't do that. I think it actually worked out to even because I didn't give myself power for the storm level at the start. That said, I expected to see a lot more movement of the debris tracker. There almost wasn't any back and forth for the first couple rounds. In the later rounds, it was constant. It was shooting way up and down.
Because you were spending it to just
right.
KO our
and
guys.
it just felt, I don't know, for a while it felt like you just had it maxed out.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
And it was just like, oh, okay, I guess you're just going to do all the things.
I didn't see any way for us to lower that. It was you would use it and then would lower, and then you would just destroy things to get it back up.
Yeah.
That was one thing I found a little frustrating, that I didn't feel like there was anything that we could do to mitigate that and make it not as bad for us.
Exhausting Magneto, which is another thing we forgot for the first little while, that every time you exhaust him, you remove things from the debris counter equal to his levels of exhaustion.
It still was like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It didn't change it that much. So my expectations going in, I actually had a plan, and then we read the rules a bit closer and realized that plan wasn't going to work, because I really wanted to incinerate those debris piles to take them out as quick as possible. And then I was like, oh shit, I can't. There's no special conditions on those. I missed that. So that kind of threw a damper on a couple things. But other expectations were, it looked like it was going to be difficult because we had a lot of things to do. But
yeah, my expectations were I was going to fist fight Dan at some point during the game. And that it was going to be an uphill battle for not Magneto. When I read through it, it just seemed like, wow, Magneto, much like how all the Ultimate Encounters are, it just seems super stacked in one way, and it's an uphill battle for the Crisis team to go against the cosmic threat.
Except for the Hulk one.
Yeah, very much so.
Accurate. But I felt like, okay, Tim is going to probably have a super easy time with this, and it's just going to be him playing with his dinner before he eats it kind of thing. That's what it felt like going into it. Definitely my recommendation would be reading over the rules several times, because there was just stuff we were missing.
Yeah. So the format of where rules were and the accessibility of them, honestly, unfortunately, wasn't stellar.
Right. Not the best on an AMG's part for layout.
Yeah.
It felt weird.
Well, just the soldiers that came out of the rally points were really confusing. I felt like it wasn't quite clear enough. Like I'm looking at Facebook right now, and somebody had a question in the official group he says, when Magneto flips the soldiers, does he take that token or does it go in the discard pile right away? Like, because we kind of played that he was holding the secret codes.
Which I still don't think we know.
I don't think that was how. I think it's, if he flips it, it goes in the discard pile. And if it's the secret, if it's something, then he gets 2 power. Otherwise, it just goes in the discard pile.
Right.
But like, I feel like that could have been clearer in the rules. That part was the most confusing for me by far.
Especially when
we played that both ways. At the start, we assumed that it got discarded, and we did.
Right.
And then we like retconned it later to be like, oh, well, I think they stay on. So then we put it on someone who would have damaged.
That just made it like nearly impossible, because then it was like, because it specifically said if you have no more soldiers in the pile, you shuffle the discard pile and put it back. So that means you had to interact with them all through the thing again to try to find the code and then pick it up. which could just, that you only have 4 or 5 turns before Magneto kills everybody anyway, because he's so powerful.
Well, and there is a shot clock. Even if you go, so like at best you have 4 rounds, because there's that many movements for
Did
him
we
to get
go
the nuke
into
there.
5? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember if somebody in chat or one of us realized at the end that the better move was to destroy the debris pile things partway through the game.
Yeah.
And not focus on them from the beginning.
Which we just didn't realize, I guess, what the debris piles did, which is they prevent the missile from being able to pass over them.
Mhm.
So the trick is you wait for the missile to kind of already be there.
Yep.
And then you
Trap it.
shut it down.
Yeah.
So it can't pass over.
Yeah. And it's a risk reward for both people. You
Right.
know what I mean? Do you not go for those? You go for Magneto first, so you can get that thing stuck there. But if you end up not doing it and you don't get one of those debris piles down before his next turn finishes, he's won.
Yeah.
Or as a Magneto player, do you take that risk? Try to get it through there, see if you can throw everyone off before.
Because that will get you there a whole turn sooner, right? If you
Yeah.
just go literally straight ahead.
Mm-hmm. But potentially then only be able to win by tabling your opponent at that point.
Which he could do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw.
Yep.
But it's just like, I love this about the Ultimate Encounters, though, because it makes me want to play it again and try a different strategy.
Yeah.
Like the Ultron one, we've done a handful of times now. And
Mhm.
every time the team tries something slightly different. And I feel like that Ultron isn't quite as hitty as this Magneto. Like Ultron, I don't think was dazing or KOing somebody every activation.
Right.
As Magneto, we
Yep.
saw right away when he just moved up and was like, Iron Fist, you're done.
Yeah. I mean, it's Ultimate Encounter, so he is super cranked up,
Oh, yeah.
like crazy amount. So our feelings during the game, again, a lot of just, there needs to be clarification about stuff.
Yeah.
I really hope that they do drop an FAQ for it
Yes.
fairly soon.
I'd like that.
What would be your recommendations for a crisis? You get 17 threat.
Mhm.
What is your suggestion for your crisis teams?
For this one?
Yeah, like if somebody was like, okay, what should I bring? What would you recommend?
A bunch of 3s and 4s. You want bodies on the table. You
Yep.
want long movement.
Mhm.
And you want incinerate. Because eventually, at some point, you almost need 2 teams. You need a team that's going to be going after the rallies and the debris piles.
Mhm.
And you also want someone with a couple beat sticks, which it almost feels like a trap, but having a Thor or having a Valkyrie, or I'm sorry, not a Valkyrie, Angela or She-Hulk, or someone that can put heavy damage, especially physical,
Mhm.
onto Magneto is necessary to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Literally.
I think like, cause I brought Thor, I brought Asgard.
Also movement. You had brought Loki with space
Yeah.
That was
Space Gem.
super helpful.
The
And
super
Enchantress.
affordable 6th threat Loki.
and Enchantress. Being able to move Magneto or prevent him from activating his, like, no more mutancing, his long movement,
Right.
sapping, poisoning, doing things to prevent power from being able to go on him or take it off, I think is stellar.
Yeah. Pretty much anybody who can bring in Incinerate, anybody who can put slow on him
Mm-hmm.
is really good. But like stagger doesn't matter. He's immune to stagger. He's immune to
Stun.
That's the other.
Both. Yeah. No, I'm laughing because
Yeah.
it just, I was trying to use more new models. I didn't realize how much stagger and stun Iron Fist and Luke Cage have.
Yeah.
Where like a ton of their extra stuff just didn't work, and it was like, oh well. I guess normally I wouldn't field either of those models against him in this. Like Luke ended up doing work at the end of it,
Yeah.
because he was one of the only ones left.
Mhm.
But yeah, because he has he has stagger on his builder
Yeah.
with 2 wilds, which
Right.
is, I think I rolled at one point, but he's immune to it. So, watching what statuses that your characters can inflict on Magneto is huge,
Mhm.
because incinerate for sure. Shock is a big deal on him because he can attack a lot.
Yep.
With that free, I don't think you did a single move action all game You just use that
Yeah.
that long move superpower instead every time, which was he was shockingly fast.
And that's why slow's so good on him, because slow negates that.
Does it?
Yeah, it changes your movement to short.
Well, the superpower specifies it's just a long movement. Normally, this Magneto has a medium move.
No, because it's the same situation when people have superpowers that allow them to move. That would be, you make a long movement, it changes it to short. That's why short is so. That's why slow is so good.
Oh,
yep. That's my understanding anyway. That's how I understand it.
That was the main reason I took Hawkeye, was to be able to hit him with different status effects, which
Yeah.
worked pretty well. But then every time I got 1 or 2 status effects on him, we ended up dazing him anyway, and then he just lost them all, which was a little frustrating. But I'd like to try it again with a different tactic.
I think Cable was still a good call for a number of reasons, especially in the later rounds, throwing that shield up constantly on people and having access to incinerate on a builder.
Yeah.
You can't always get towed up in Magneto's face to try to incinerate him, So,
and it worked like 3 out of 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
There was one point where I remember I shot him twice and didn't get a wild either time. And it was like, that was the one thing I have him here for. Because like all he did was he body slide by 1, shot twice, and then the very last round, I think he used the shield twice, and that was all he did.
One of the other things I think is super cool to use against him, when his debris track gets up there, blow up as much terrain as possible. That is the time. I do think throws are good against him because he only has 3 physical defense.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any of the things that he would on his normal card to just like negate being thrown or pushed or things like that. So I think once his track gets up there, or he's even close to it, it just full send to make sure that when he does start spending, he can't get any back on him.
That makes a lot of sense. So you're clearing the field.
Honestly,
so he can't.
Characters
go back
like
up.
Punisher, characters like Mystique,
I think
and
explosions are great again.
Yeah,
because
explosions, and more importantly, you can just blow up the terrain to keep it away from him. You know what I mean? From keeping him from being able to throw it at you and stuff like that. So,
but and
lesser
him and pushing him,
right? And I think Inhumans would be really good against him in this because
Medusa.
Medusa in general is just a phenomenal character, and Black Bolt can blow up terrain with his beam, with his whisper. In a pinch, if you have the energy to do it, since that's what you're going to work for anyway.
Get a lot. It suggests 20 or more pieces of terrain on the field.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
So much terrain.
And pick good stuff. Pick stuff that's easy to climb over in general. Just physical design wise.
Not a bunch of sticks?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you only have so much surface area. You need a bunch of like lampposts and garbage cans and stuff like that.
I mean, sure, they're still easier to get around than a stick.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you don't actually know what the hell
the downed tree.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what you meant by sticks, but I think I got it. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really cool. I'd love to see it from the other side, but I will take Magneto literally whenever anyone leaves any opportunity, even a pause in their sentence for me to be able to yoink that position.
Overall, I really like this one. I like how there was kind of a lot going on. I just really like these Ultimate Encounters in general, and I love that they're just free extra ways to play.
Yeah.
Like this one, and I know Vibranium Heist wasn't an Ultimate Encounter, but same kind of just additional way to play. I know it's too bad for some people that it's only available at local game stores.
Yeah.
Unlike Ultrons and Hulks, which is just online. You can just download it. You can print it out if you want. But I love how this one comes with tokens. It comes with the actual little booklet. Magneto's big old card is super cool. I love that stuff. And it's great. And we're giving some away.
So on the Discord this week, talking about the Moon Knight model that was shown.
Oh my God, that was epic.
We've created and we've crafted a crisis threat based around Moon Knight. It takes place on the same map as Legacy Virus.
Okay.
They're the 2 objective tokens on the far ends of each side are people that owe Moon Knight money. The middle token is a ketamine dealer.
Oh, God.
You get 1 victory point during the cleanup phase for each stack of money that you've recovered for Moon Knight. You can turn in a stack of money at the ketamine dealer for ketamine. If you control the ketamine, you roll 1 additional die on all physical attacks and 1 fewer die on all physical defenses. But you also get 2 victory points at the end of the cleanup phase. You can also spend 5 power with the ketamine to give it to Moon Knight and gain 5 victory points. The tokens on the far end are, of course, Dracula, who owes Moon Knight money. Also not an Avenger.
You checked.
You checked. And I forget who the other one was.
I was going to say.
There's someone else who owes Moon Knight money. I forget who it was, though.
Let's see if I can find that other meme, because that just...
All of those.
sequence of memes was so great. I was like, I really needed it that day, too.
But, so yeah. So get ready for that. Official Professional Casual Network Marvel Crisis Protocol threat.
I'm going to be sick that day.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of rules.
When I told Danny that I was running that every 2 threat character list,
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I can't. I think I have diarrhea that day."
Accurate.
But I loved the Ultimate Encounter. It is a lot more linear than I thought it was going to be, because it's simply at the end of the round, Magneto's moving the nuke and it's getting closer and it's going to be there in X amount of turns, even if he completely avoids the debris piles.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The fact that the debris piles do damage back potentially to everyone around it,
yes,
kind of also leans into that. Don't send everyone there. That shouldn't be your first priority.
Right.
Be putting damage and status effects and bleed. Put bleed on Magneto. There's only a couple Ultimate Encounters where you can put bleed on them.
Right.
But because they activate 3 times in a round, do it.
Yeah.
You're either wasting an
worked out
action
pretty well.
or they are getting actually some legitimate damage there.
Right. And you need to get the exhaustion tokens on him.
Mm-hmm.
So bleed is really good.
Yeah.
You have to, what is it, 30 damage you have to do?
Yeah.
Over.
Just to flip the rocket to be able to interact with it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of work you have to do.
But it's funny, you say it's pretty linear for the Cosmic Threat player, not at all for the Crisis team.
Yeah,
There's so much going on.
As far as the flow of combat, like, it's this thing is moving. It's a payload map. Like, I know you guys don't play either of those the games that have payload maps, but
I have Star Wars Battlefront had it.
Oh, it does have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's moving. It's going.
Mhm.
It's only going one of 2 routes.
It's
Directly there
Overwatch.
because they're being risky, or the long way, which is still only 1 additional turn.
Yeah.
But
Keep them coming, AMG. Love these.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they're
We
listening.
know there's something.
Thank you, Dallas.
Sentinel raid thing, and then separation anxiety. We know we're not sure exactly what those are yet,
Yeah.
but more ways to play. I'll take it.
And Kree. Wasn't there a Kree?
Oh yeah, Kree something.
Yeah.
That's right.
Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Kree, Target Kree, Night of the Kree,
What is happening over there?
Kraven the Hunter.
Right. So my suggestion for this, if you're building your rosters,
Mhm.
build a 17 threat either way of
Take
either
Quicksilver.
what?
Take Quicksilver if you're gonna do this.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's awesome for this. Moving all around, getting those things. I mean, legitimately, he could pick up, and deliver all of the secret codes to the nuke once it's flipped in a single turn.
Double long move, maybe.
Triple long move.
He can't.
Why?
Because he can't
We can long move to the missile, drop one off, and then he can do his special power to go back, pick up another one, and then long move if it's all within range. Which
Or to get to
then you're
the
good.
initial one, you know what I mean? You power move there first, then you have 2 long moves after that with a objective token.
Guess.
But what were you saying? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't know. It's pointless now.
No, I want to hear it.
No, I just work here, man. I don't know. With that being said, true believers, are we done? Did we talk about everything?
What do you think Cassandra Nova's going to have? Because I'm sure that the panel to play comes out when this video releases.
You're right.
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
I literally don't have any other than she's Patrick Stewart's bastard daughter or whatever. I have no idea like what she is.
Because she's in the same box as Jean Grey. And because Jean Grey is very predominantly, I stop things from being moved when I don't want them to be moved.
Sure.
She will absolutely have a mystic attack.
So she's going to be a prized physical fighter. Got it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she just Hadoukens around
Yep.
off of her Hadouken ramp.
I don't remember ever having a power signature like that in the comics.
Same.
It's so weird.
I
I just want her to have a thing where she can reach through somebody's face, like she does in one of the first panels she's in.
I think that's her builder. It's called Reach Through Face.
Oh, I hope they come with a tactics card that has Johnny Tri-Face or whatever his name was.
Oh, Johnny Three Face. Is it
Three-Face
Tri-Face?
Johnny?
Yeah. One of the best mutants. Difficult struggle for him during the pandemic. Very difficult to find the old triple mask. But
He's a geeter.
I say 5-threat. Mystic builder that pushes on a wild. Not pushes. She can advance him on a wild.
Okay.
That's really powerful.
It is. Her spender is also mystic and works like illusions, where it also moves people against their will.
Right.
She will not have a throw, but she will be able to move enemies a short advance. And she will get an additional power during the power phase. And all wilds in her defense rolls for mystic attacks count as 2.
Just like Ultron.
Just like Ultron. One of the strongest, actually one of the biggest up-and-comers of Marvel Crisis Protocol. Early season 5, Xavier Protocol's tournament, to current season 5, Xavier Protocol's tournament, over 1,000,000% more people are taking Ultron than they were initially.
Damn it, he's right.
Over 32 billion% more people are taking Ultron now than they were at the start of the season.
Yeah. All right.
He's got us on a technicality.
Over 69
Nice.
total % more people are taking Ultron than they were at the start of the season.
Works out to be about, what, 8 people?
4. Let's not get out of pocket. It was 4 more people.
I mean, if you're running Cabal and you need a heavy hitter in there.
If you want someone with 2 builders, the first OG 2 builder was Ultron.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I look at Ultron's card and I don't think he's that bad, personally.
He's not good.
He's not bad.
He's 4 threat, and you kind of don't get anything for it. Unless you want to roll 2 extra, or unless you want to roll an extra success on a wild against mystic only attacks.
I mean, sure, but for Cabal specifically, they don't have a ton in there that's 4s. They have a ton of 3s. They have a couple of 5s.
There's like 84 characters on Cabal.
Yeah,
don't they have everything?
They have Sinister. Mr. Sinister, I think, is a 4.
Bullseye.
I looked it up the other day.
Should
He's
be a
not
4.
on Cabal.
Right, but he should be because he's too strong.
They
Maybe
have
he
a
is
2?
on Cabal.
Am I totally blanking?
They have.
Oh,
okay.
Doctor. Good Lord.
Oh, they have
Bob.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bob Marino. Yo, Bob was a great pick against Magneto, though.
Yeah. I shot a missile at him.
That was pretty cool.
It was cool.
Did some work.
Boom.
And then I had him just run objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All he did.
Activate him last. Like, you can't. Can you? So that's the downside of his.
Made it super hard because you get to activate 3 times.
Well, you also
in a turn.
He also always activates last before the round ends. So there's
Right.
not kind of a way to benefit from
Right.
that.
Bob is getting murked, which I guess like fluff wise makes sense. You know what I mean? Like he is just a dude.
Yeah.
So Cabal has Enchantress, Killmonger, Kingpin, Loki, Mr. Sinister, Red Skull, Sabretooth, and Ultron at 4s.
Yeah, there's only 8 4s on that affiliation.
Right. And like, I'd rather take a Sabretooth over an Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sinister over an Ultron, I guess.
Ultron's great in a list specifically when you don't want to bleed or be poisoned, though. So,
Or if you have to have another flyer or something.
Yeah.
I guess.
Does he fly?
Yep.
Ultron is fly, yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
Crazy.
Listen,
He only has
You're gonna
a
know
strength
really
4.
well soon.
yeah, fair.
All right.
So, if you didn't check it out yesterday, was the first League game
Woo!
on the channel for the Infinity War League,
Yeah.
Yep.
which means we gave away the first player kit for the league last night. But what that also means,
That's what we're giving away, not the Mutant Masterworks.
yeah, we're not
My
giving away
bad.
the mutant thing.
That's why he didn't reply to it.
I was like, that was weird. I thought I was throwing him a bone there, but I said the wrong thing.
And a commentator on this video will also get a player kit
For Infinity War
for the
League.
Infinity War League,
Be very clear about that.
which includes the tokens, the gem sheets, and the gem tracker.
Mhm.
And some cards. There's a whole bunch of cards in the crisis threats too.
Oh, he's got a good
Nice little
throw.
packet.
Sorry, I was reading over his card. He's got a good throw.
He also has one of the best spenders in the game, which lets you
Choose.
roll additional dice in your attack roll for how many criticals your target gets in their defense roll. But you have to use it ahead of time.
Oh, that's a reactive superpower he has. Yes. Yeah. Analyze and annihilate.
Right, I would never use that.
Right. Yeah, it's garbage.
No, but I mean, he's got a size 3.
He's at a big
within
pile.
range 3 throw, medium.
Yeah.
Interactive terrain. That's really good. I mean, range 3 is really good versus a range 2.
This is a really good thing.
All will be metal. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It was so funny though.
He gets to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his defense one when there were no mystic attacks in the starter box.
Yeah. Or for a while.
Oh, MODOK came
yeah.
out at the same time, but it was the only one for a long time.
Well, very specifically now, especially competitively, that's really good because there's a ton of characters that have a ton of mystic attacks.
Mhm.
He's really good at blocking that.
Yep.
His spender's pretty solid.
He's definitely gotten better.
3
Metallic
No way.
Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3 energy, range 3, strength 7. He can choose whether it's a physical or energy, and it does bleed automatically.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Calling it right now, Ultron MVP of your team, even though you have Bullseye.
When Bullseye's not on the table.
Yeah.
He's going to take Bullseye every time, though.
Oh, you goddamn right I am.
But he's immune to bleed. He's immune to poison.
Bullseye? No, he's not.
No, fucking Ultron, you dink.
Oh.
I
can guarantee you Bullseye's going to be throwing more stuff than Ultron will, though.
Because all of Bullseye's attacks are throws, we know. Another technicality.
Oh, it's wilds, not criticals.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Ultron's defenses were so good. 4-3-4.
Yeah. I don't know. He's a pretty, I mean, he's not the best 4 in the world, but
He's better than Jean Grey. He's going to counter the shit out of her. What's she going to do? She can't do energy attacks. That's the only thing he's kind of not great against. Right?
That's true. This
Yeah.
is lower defense.
I don't know. I don't think he is as bad as everybody. Although no one really shits on him, I guess.
Not anymore. Now
they
that he's
just-
been taking 17,000 billion% more than he had been.
Right. Anyway, all right. True believers, have a good night.